How's everybody doing? I'm Carlos Production. We're back with another episode. I know
In a different space. I know it looks different. We're everywhere. I mean, we're one day at a recording studio, and we're just making it. Yo, Carlos, tell them what happened. What has happened?
I was making a beat, and this guy calls me. 7:00? He's like, "Let's record a podcast." I'm like, "It's his last minute."
Yeah.
What are we talking about? But Jason got ideas.
Yeah.
So now we're in my room. You know, I got equipment.
So now we're just making it work.
But
what happened to the old space? Seriously, because we were comfortable. How would you explain that?
What old space?
The old space, the OG space.
Nah, we don't talk about.
We don't talk about that.
We can't.
Can't talk about that. All right.
So what do we have for today?
All right.
We want to talk about Trump running. What is he running from?
Oh no! All right, no,
the cops.
No, he's not running from
CIA?
the cops. Not this time. No, he's running for president. Actually, again, 2024.
I don't know, man.
Are you gonna vote for him?
I think Kanye has better chances than Trump right now.
I don't think so. No.
Bro, you know I can't vote. Why would you even ask that question?
I mean, if you could, who would you vote for?
If I was Kanye,
I was thinking about voting for Kanye like back in 2016.
You still don't want to vote. I don't know. I'm not really political. I've never voted a day in my life.
Okay. Well, the way I see it, it all just comes down to money, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the guy we have in office right now, he's financially fucking all of us. So, sorry for the language. I know you're gonna have to cut that out.
I mean, I'm good. I think I'm doing good.
Okay. You're doing good?
I'm doing good.
Bro, do you not pay taxes?
Yeah, I pay taxes.
Yeah.
Make sure tax regs, bro. Use them.
All right. Well,
I have a book about. If you're watching this, hold on. Where in my room?
He's actually gonna pull out a book. You see how fat that book is?
So I love this book.
You know damn well you don't read that.
It saved me a lot of money.
Know. You've actually read that?
I read.
Can I see this?
It's How to Pay Zero Taxes.
This is a fat book.
It's a lot of things you can learn about, because basically, right, the government takes your money, but it's like your job to get it back. And some people are lazy, call an accountant, and what the accountant does is just takes a percentage of like the actual money that they give you. But if you itemize your deductions, you get most of your money back. So yeah, read a book.
Yo, taxes is crazy. That's like if you make $100 and I say you owe me $30 out of that, and then if you don't give me those 30, we're gonna have a problem. That's what the government does.
I mean, yeah, that's you bro. I know you didn't choose to be born here, but
Yeah, I don't think anybody chose to be born. Yo, keep it a buck. If you could have the option before you were born to be born or not, would you be born?
Oh, so I mean, I live a pretty good life, Jason.
Yeah, life is pretty good, right?
Life is great right now. I mean, when it's bad, I'm like, I wish I wasn't born. But like, that's just life.
What's going on with life? What's new since the last time we've been on?
Since the last podcast, the audience saw the last podcast was the Qatar thing that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Solo podcast. You weren't there because yeah.
Thanks very much for not including me.
But I got an internship at the Mixed Palace.
Okay.
I go
We talked about that for a while.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
And you finally got it.
I got it. That's dream come true.
Congratulations, everybody at home. Hope you're clapping.
I always wanted to be a sound engineer.
Mm-hmm.
One of my dreams.
Yeah, you've always been a sound engineer though.
Yeah, but I want to take it to the major leagues.
Yeah,
it's like
and
playing,
like an actual.
Yeah, it's like playing baseball. In your local
backyard
park.
compared to in the.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know the name.
MLB.
MLB. There you go. But I'm not there as an engineer. I'm still an intern. Mm-hmm. So I still got a lot of things to learn. But that's how it works when you want to be an engineer. You got to be intern and learn your stuff.
How'd you even get that position?
Bro, crazy story.
Let's hear it.
It was like a Wednesday night, 6:00, last month or like a month and a half ago. I was like, yo, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I waiting till I graduate college with this recorded certificate to call the Mixed Palace?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't I call?
And you've had it on your mind for a while.
And I've had it for a long.
You've always mentioned it.
Yeah.
How, like, Mixed Palace here, Mixed Palace there.
So I'm like, yo, why can't I just call? Like, what's stopping me? And like, I was bored and nothing was stopping me.
Nothing.
So I call and Mick answers the phone. I know who Mick was because like I watched the YouTube videos that he had like 3 videos on YouTube.
Who's Mick?
He's the owner.
He's the main guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, is this Mick by any chance? Like, yeah. I'm like, look, listen, I want to intern there. But he was skeptical because they don't really take interns because, you know, being an intern is kind of hard because, like, not a lot of people want to do it. You get no pay. You know, you got to be there.
Yeah.
And
the no pay part would get me out of the door
no pay
fast.
thing gets everybody out of the door quickly.
Yeah.
But after you go through your internship, like, you start to get paid. Like, these are $100 hour sessions.
Okay.
Most people struggle to just, you know, get a pay raise on a $15 an hour. But, you know, like, a lot of good things come with sacrifice, like I've said before. So I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of time to have this internship and be there.
Just for the time being.
Just
eventually you'll get
being
paid,
there
right?
and learning. I mean, I'm always learning something new, so, like, I can't even complain. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's exciting to me. I don't know how I can make it sound exciting to you guys because this is just my.
I mean, I bet to a lot of people at home, they're probably like, "Wow, he's working in a recording studio." It sounds cool from the outside. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but you know, okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the election.
All right. What about it?
Bro? I don't participate.
I'm the one that wrote that.
I don't. You wrote this. Like, I don't participate in politics.
Okay, so in regards to the election, I just wanted to say, New York is mostly red, right?
What does that
mean?
Blue
one. All right. For the ones that know, red is Republican, blue is Democratic.
Yes.
Left, right. Basically, most of New York is converting to red. It's converting to conservative values. Like, people want to see Republicans in office. But that's not the case because 8 districts voted blue, which is some BS. It's like, let's say you have 25 people in a room. 8 of them vote for lasagna. The rest vote for spaghetti. The ones that voted for lasagna win.
Why?
Because I guess their say holds more weight. Well, in the real world, the districts that voted blue, I think they have a greater population. So that's how they base it. If you have a greater population, then you have a greater say.
Yeah, it counts as more because, you know, you're representing more people.
Which is BS because...
But that makes sense then. Because, like, the 3 counties that have the most people that voted red wanted to be a red state.
No.
It's only 3 out of 24, but those 3 represent the majority of the population.
Listen, just no. No, that's not true. All right, listen. I'm not even here to
Because imagine, right? Like, say, like, Manhattan is its own district, right?
Okay.
All right, so there's like thousands of people in Manhattan compared to Long Island.
Millions.
And that's what I'm saying. So even if it's just like, and it says like there's more, you know, places, they have more to say than Long Island in a sense because they have a bigger population, even though it's a smaller space.
Yes.
So, I mean, it works, I guess. Look, I don't even care. I don't like, it doesn't. I guess. It affects me, right?
It affects our pockets, all right?
All right, but
I don't care about none of these. I don't care about Twitter tweets. I don't care about none of that. It's just about money, dude. Like, I'm tired of paying these high ass taxes. I'm not,
bro. Did you read the book? Like, why are you paying so much taxes?
That's a big ass book. Bro, I don't feel like reading all that. I'm lazy. You said it,
bro. All right, well, that's why you're paying taxes so much. Like, all bro, like, how much is Trump paying?
I don't know.
Like, basically zero.
He has people that do it for him.
Exactly, because they read the book. He don't gotta read it. He paid for them. But, like, you know,
so if I read that book, I could work for Trump, and then Trump pays me. But then they gonna take taxes off.
Oh, whatever. But like I'm saying, just financially educate yourself how to do taxes. Like, I don't trust an accountant. Like, they're good and shit, but like they're not as good as, because I know what I spent throughout the year. Yeah. And like I know what I owe, and like I know what they owe me.
Okay. Well, my point is, everybody vote red. Hopefully, we don't get flagged for that, because you know how it is today.
Oh. If you vote, just vote. Yeah, pick whatever rocks your vote.
Think about your pockets. Don't think about your feelings.
I'll say, if you're gonna vote for somebody that's like gonna benefit.
Nah, cause look at it. Look, gas prices, right? Yes. How you gonna save on gas prices?
I don't drive.
All right, great point. All right,
same.
Next topic. What do we have here? Thanksgiving. Do you have any plans?
Thanksgiving. So listen. Yeah, I'm gonna go see the Macy's parade for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
How are you getting there?
But train. I don't drive.
You got the train station right there.
I don't drive. So I have the train station. Yeah. I have the bus station. Yeah. I don't drive. Perfect. I don't pay gas. I don't pay taxes. Yeah. Legally. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to go to Macy's parade for the first time because like I've never been it, but I'm scared because there's so much people. Like, we live in a crazy world. Like, anybody can like Bro, I just saw like somebody run a truck into this parade like 3 days ago.
Nah, that's OD.
And I'm honestly scared of that. So I'm gonna try to find like a third floor, like Applebee's. They have Applebee's in like the third floor.
Yeah.
You pretty much just like order
What
some
happens
food.
at the Macy's parade?
They like have floats going around like Times Square.
So
there's the floats.
You're gonna do all that to look at some balloons?
Pretty much. Like I'm hoping to see one of them get popped because that's like the thing. Like every year, like something breaks. So I'm hoping to be there and witness that. And
Nice.
maybe I can make a podcast.
You ever
about
seen
how
Spider-Man?
Which one?
The first one.
Yeah.
That took place during Thanksgiving when the Green Goblin came
Oh
out.
yeah.
And then he, like, destroyed the balloons.
So that's basically
Yeah.
the Macy's parade.
Hopefully
it's a
he
big
doesn't
thing.
pop out this year, right?
You know, I used to watch it through television from Salvador. So now I'm like right here. I'm like, bro, I could just go. Like I don't gotta watch it through the TV no more.
Gotcha.
But you know, I was this is the debate about Thanksgiving. Like, should we be celebrating? You know,
Yes.
Christopher Columbus.
We're not we don't care about that. Most people don't care about that. Like Thanksgiving is a day where, you know, nobody's working. Well, most people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
But you should still educate people on like why we have it. Like
yeah,
the reason,
because Christopher Columbus killed a whole bunch of Native Americans.
yes, and the turkeys.
So what?
It's not right.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
What you want?
Christ.
All right. So
Like,
if,
I'm saying-
if you want to protest it, then go to work on Thanksgiving.
I don't work for people. I work. You know, I do podcasting.
Okay.
I guess I just do a podcast. Like
No, what
protest.
I'm saying is this: like Christopher Columbus Day or whatever the case. I get it. You know, it is pretty messed up when you look at the history behind it.
yeah, let's change the name.
But yeah, I mean, if you want, sure. But that was thousands of years ago. Like
It was hundreds.
it was hundreds. But how does that affect us now?
It's just. It's like it's about it basically it's about educating
But
people.
like, tell me,
imagine,
how does it affect you that Christopher Columbus came in and, you know, he did all the wrong that
it's
he
not
did to
about me. It's about like the indigenous people that died. It's like, how does like caring about slavery affect me? It doesn't affect me.
Okay.
But like I should still care about it.
Okay.
So you know, it's about educating, especially like people growing up, like kids,
Okay.
that why we have Thanksgiving, and you know, it's wrong for the most part. Even though we do like, you know, just unite with family, maybe we could change the name, you know, maybe we could change the meaning what Thanksgiving means. Because I looked at my calendar and I said after Thanksgiving is Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm like, oh, that's something I will celebrate the Native Americans, the people that were here before us.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
So
it's good to learn the history, and it's good to learn, you know.
Yeah, I'm
why do we call
not
this day?
saying cancel Thanksgiving for say. Or I'm not saying don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm like, just know why you're doing it. Like, why do you have a day off? It's because Columbus and the bad things he did. So, you know, try to honor the people that he did bad to.
Well, thank you, Christopher Columbus, because I don't got to go to work tomorrow. Nah,
Bro,
I'm playing.
and let me tell you, bro.
SOD.
Let me tell you, bro. Plymouth Rock is the biggest lie in history.
What is that?
Because I thought it was a humongous boulder. It's like a rock this big.
Like literally?
Like
big?
literally that big. Like this big. I saw it on a YouTube video.
What is the significance behind Plymouth
Because,
Rock?
like, that's where he landed first. Oh, my God. See, this is why you shouldn't be celebrating Thanksgiving. Like,
Yo, bro, I used to skip school a lot.
All right,
I
but
did
like,
not pay attention to
Thanksgiving
history
is, you know, you got I need a mint. You're stressing me.
Yeah, yo, I be eating these crazy throughout the day. Like,
Alright.
I don't do Skittles, I don't do chocolate, I do mints.
All right. So, yeah, what about you? You just dropped a new song.
Oh, yeah, I did. It's called We On, and I feel great about it. I made, what's funny?
I don't know. I just never saw you as an artist.
Oh, okay.
But now I guess I don't know if it certifies you as an artist.
I
Like,
mean, not really. I
what-
just dropped the song.
but like, what does that make you? Like, now producer artist? Like,
You know what it is? Okay, so I made the beat, and
Yeah.
I started sending the beat out to artists, and everybody's telling me, "Oh, I don't know if I could do anything over this. Oh, give me time." Like, everybody's coming up with excuses, and I just wanted people to be on my beat, so you know, I just recorded myself. I freestyled the whole thing, which is pretty awesome to say, you know.
that's an
And,
accomplishment. That's
yeah, added a whole bunch of auto-tune saved my life. I could show you the original version. It sounds terrible.
No, I believe you. You're not an artist.
But
like,
no, yo, chill.
like that.
I mean, I don't have like a crazy singing voice, but I got a couple melodies here and there. So yeah, after that, I was just like, this was pretty fun. And slowly but surely, I have been working on other songs, but it's hard, man. It's hard. It's challenging. It's
now you understand
challenging.
artists.
You know what the challenge is? The challenge is wanting to create something better than the old. Like, I want to make something that's better than the first thing I made, right?
See, that's where you messed up. It's not about making like the next big song, because if you're doing that, like,
no, I'm not saying the next best. I'm just saying I just want to do better.
You do, but like, look at it this way. I only make music when I'm inspired to like make it. So like this beat I made, right? That one I showed you like a couple of minutes ago. I woke up, I saw TikTok, and I saw this kid singing on TikTok. I'm like, oh, that's fire. I could sample that. I got up like literally out of bed. I sat there for like 5 hours. I hadn't even showered. I had like nothing. No, I didn't even brush my teeth.
Wow.
I was inspired on the moment. I'm like, if I leave this computer, I'm not gonna get back on the grind.
Okay.
So I make the whole beat. I did a lot of crazy shit, and then I wrote vocals to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, to make good songs, you just have to be in the moment. And like, inspiration strikes in the weirdest time. That was me waking up out of bed, like random. Never has happened before.
Nice.
So usually, certain situations inspire me to write music. Like if I see something, like I want to talk about a certain topic, that's what inspires me to write. But yeah, like you can't really force a song out.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
Nah,
you can't. You can't, because I've been trying to do that, and it just, you don't like it. You don't like it that way.
No, it just becomes like work.
It just feels mundane. You're just like, So.
Yeah, so that's art for you, and that's why it's hard to be an artist. Like,
yeah.
And sometimes when you're like not in the right mental state, you can't even write too.
That's why a lot of people get high while making music.
Yeah, because like you really
not that I'm condoning it.
Nah, not like you de-stress. Like at the mix palace, right? It's like a lot of weeds. I don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
But like the artists do. I'm like, what I'm gonna say, bro? Like, don't smoke weed. Like that's literally how he gets on his own.
Yeah.
And I hate weed. Like I hate the smell of it. But like I come home with some smell of weed.
I personally have encountered artists that believe that the only way they can be in that mode is if they're under the influence of something.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
I'm like, I met them, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me, because I made really cool songs that I've never really smoked.
Yeah. You don't have to.
You don't. It's just like you believe this so much to like now you think you have to be doing it every time you write a song.
Yeah. It's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's really,
it's something that it seems like it frees you up creatively in the beginning, but then it blocks you in the long term.
I could imagine when you crash after you leave the studio, because I don't see you after you leave the studio. So I could imagine when you leave the studio, you go home and you're hungry, or like you're thirsty, or like you wake up the next morning and you feel tired.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's like I see it as it's not good to like have that feeling if at the end you're gonna be like shitty. Like, why even do that to yourself? Me, I go in, do a session. I'm done when I'm starting to feel tired. I wake up the next morning energized. I just, it's really, you wake up with energy and you go in with energy.
I see.
So,
that's the producer's egg.
Yeah.
Energy.
That's the producer energy. And that's why I wake up and, make a song.
All right. Let's see. What else do we have? How is life going for you?
It's going good. Like, nothing really super exciting. Or maybe, like, I just do so much. It doesn't feel exciting anymore.
Okay.
Like, like stuff like that used to excite me was like, yo, I made a whole song, like I'm super hyped up, but now it's just like, I made another song, it's fire. So it's just moving forward. I'm about to be done with school. Yeah,
pretty much it.
Yeah, it's like
it's the biggest things going on
it's
right now.
Nothing huge has happened in a minute, so I'm not really concerned. I'm like, I'm settled. And I shouldn't be settled. Like, I should be doing something new.
Gotcha.
But, we're doing the podcast. I'm doing the internship. I'm doing school.
Seems like you got a lot going on.
It does. It's just I'm constantly doing this. But it's like, it feels normal now at this point. Like, most people think I'm crazy. I
don't think you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I'm crazy, bro.
I'm not most people.
only two psychopaths understand each other.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, what about you? Like, what's good with you?
In regards to me, all right, so I'm going back to my old job.
Damn.
Yeah. Yo, why? What you mean, Dan? Why you say it like that?
You know why? Because it's like this podcast isn't working. Like, it's not paying us enough.
Yeah, because y'all not donating. No, I'm playing.
Donate
you know what it is? It's just,
you gotta get. You gotta get the money.
Sometimes life calls for it.
True.
And so, I'm just humbly going back.
Yo, I'm glad you didn't just storm out. I'm glad you didn't storm out of BJ's. And I was like, all right, never coming back.
Yeah, nah. I left on good terms. And so they're just like, all right, you're valid to come back. And so, aside from the music, I have been working with artists. I have been engineering you know how all that goes.
Yeah, it doesn't really pay too great.
It doesn't in the beginning.
In the beginning,
it pays like
this
ass.
career. It's hard in the sense that you don't need education or you need equipment and like mad practice, and then but in the beginning, music does not pay off. So you gotta have a second source of income. I tell my artists all the time, like, bro, this shit not gonna pay for the next couple of years.
Yeah,
if you're lucky. Like if you're lucky,
if you're good and if you're lucky,
yeah, you'll get paid. But that's why I take music is for me as an artist to take it. Okay, this is.
But you know what it is? Times have changed. So the way you would make money off of music back then, it's not the same thing as today.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make this point, right? Music videos.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say this on Instagram. How music videos, you know how they're like that block of video.
Mm-hmm.
The way they're produced, they were so much more catered to television because that's when people would watch these videos. They'll tune into MTV and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the person in the headline said that music videos are dying, but not really. The thing is, instead of catering them for TV, you've got to cater them to a phone.
Yeah.
That's the idea now. That's how we've got to evolve with it. All types of content, especially visual, like you got to think, how does this look on a phone?
Yeah.
Instead of a TV.
I mean, I make all my content for a phone. I'm not even thinking about a television.
Do you really?
Yeah. All my content is like for a phone.
I gotta double check that.
I'm serious. Like I'm not making it like, oh, this is gonna be playing on TV or like giving a projector. Like most people watch their stuff, find their stuff through a phone. It's sometimes like, say you're on Instagram and you're like, oh, I uploaded a new video. You click the link, you're on your phone.
Like what I'm saying, for example, is a video usually has that wide shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want to start catering to people on social media and people that are using their phones, you would, instead of the wide shot,
yeah, you gotta flip it. You gotta flip it.
You create a portrait shot. You shoot your videos.
You lose. No. It's not that. It's not shooting that. The thing is, you lose the frame. Like going wide, you have a lot of space to work with. You have the sides. You can put more stuff there and set it up really nicely. When you go here, it's literally just your body.
And that's all you need.
And no, that's not. Like, what if you want to tell a story with stuff around the person?
Well, now you got to get creative.
So
now you're going to stand out.
Nah. It's harder to make vertical comp. So when I shoot this, I'm shooting the long way. But I keep my subject in frame with enough headroom for a phone. So, when I put it on Instagram, like, it's going to go, I know it's going to fit perfectly vertical. But when I put the long version on YouTube, it's, horizontal.
Yeah.
And it's just shooting in mind that it's going to go, clips are going to go on YouTube. And you can't be chopping, like, you can't really have the main subject left from the center of your camera. Or too close, or the head, like, barely touching the top of the camera. Because on Instagram, there's, like, a 10% space that's reserved for your name or whatever.
All I could think about is how in TikTok, people are literally recording these videos off of their phone.
Yeah.
We love it. We feed into it every single day. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Bro, I've shot a video of a phone. I don't know if you've seen it.
Which one?
It's the Coolest Ape one.
I did see that.
Shot on iPhone.
Really?
100% edited on iPhone. Edited on Adobe.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That song was like... I don't know, bro.
Oh, nah, I'm gonna text the cool. He's saying you don't feel that.
Chill, nah, no disrespect. I love Joseph. He a cool person, good energy, but I think he needs to not have such a dark voice on it,
Shaking my edges.
Nah, cause it's just like,
how you gonna tell the creator how to
it just sounds too harsh.
Bro, it's like telling God like you shouldn't have made. It's like you telling the creator how to create, bro.
No, it's just what I'm saying is that because as an artist, right? If you're an artist, you've got to be able to take feedback. Yeah. And if you want people to listen to you, you've got to be able to listen to them.
All right.
And so all I'm saying is, you being his producer, you being his main guy.
I support his dark voice.
I would suggest taking it in a different direction. Like, it doesn't have to be drill. It could be, I don't know. That's where you decide.
But like, I like the dark voice. I like it. It's like, it's rough. It's dark. It's like mysterious. Yeah. It's like Batman.
It's like Batman.
If I wanted Spider-Man, I could have done something different. But
all right. So
That I like that. Like I'm always for it. You know, it is stressing on his voice though. Like he actually.
Okay, so that's an even better reason. Why are you trying to stress your artist, bro?
I'm not stressing him. It's like now he's out his comfort zone. He could do some other stuff.
Nah, you hurting him.
No, he not.
You hurting him for a couple of views, Carlos. What are you doing?
Nah. You put
like he has a nice voice. He has a nice voice.
He does.
His natural voice is nice. He could just use that.
I mean,
you know what I could hear him on?
What?
I could hear him on Caribbean beats.
Oh yeah, he could do that.
I bet he could.
He has the accent and everything.
That's exactly. So like, instead of going towards drill and something dark, because my thing is, you know, if I were to get on a drill beat, bro, it would.
Why don't you hit him up and be like, yo, let me engineer a song?
That's a great point. All right, so by the next episode, we'll find out what I do. Let's see.
Because everybody has a different approach.
Yeah.
But he does like the drill beats, and I'm like the dark voice really works.
I could see him on some Caribbean, and the way he be moving too, like I know he could.
Yeah,
I know he could dance. I know, bro. I just know.
So I mean, good luck finding a Caribbean beat. BeatStars got you.
I could make one.
That's true. You are a producer.
Yes, I'm an artist. But yeah, in regards to producing, because let's be honest, I've seen you do the video work. I've seen you do the podcast work. I've seen you do everything. But when it comes to beat making, not produce, I'm gonna just say beat making. What's going on there?
Yeah, I'm lacking. That's what's happening.
Why?
Because I started making beats, right? And I found out it wasn't for me.
Why?
It's just I wasn't able to get rhythms right. I wasn't able to get patterns right. Like the worst part is my sound selection was horrible.
Can you dance?
And I can't dance.
Oh, you can't dance?
Can't dance.
That explains your bad rhythm.
That probably explains it, yes.
I have a friend who can't dance either. It's crazy. If you can dance, you have rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I find out.
Nah, you could dance, Carlo. I've seen you dance.
On the 3-step, and when I'm, a little drunk.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right. So produce when you're drunk.
Nah. I can't be doing it on drugs, bro. It's not right. Yeah. It's just, nah. Yeah, like I found out very quickly that producing was for me. Like making beats. I had bad rhythm. Selection was horrible. Sound selection was horrible, and it was just one for me. Like I wanted to record myself, vocals, record artists.
What were you trying to make beats on?
Ableton.
Oh, that's your first mistake.
Nah, it's
you
good.
Already knew I was.
I just made this fire, bro. What you talking about on Ableton?
I'm gonna say honest feedback. It's rough around the edges. It could be greater, but it's pretty rough.
Maybe, but
I like it. No, I like it because it's like I like seeing this stuff.
But also, you personally know how hard it is to make money out of making beats.
Yeah.
So I didn't see like making enough money to support myself.
What do you mean?
Like just selling beats.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, yo, why am I really gonna learn something that I know? Like people are here trying to sell beats all the time. Like I don't see it working for them. Like what's gonna really make me different?
It really is just a marketing thing.
I mean, I could probably sell beats, but it's like I feel so much more joy recording vocals and like just being in the room with the artist, directing him or like doing ideas out of each other.
Gotcha.
And obviously the beat is just the other half of the song. It's just important, but I can't make it. I can't give that to the artist. I'm just don't have it. So it's
like in your thought process, let me just stick to what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go from there.
And I'm good at multiple things, just not making beats.
Yeah. You're pretty deep. You could get better. Yeah.
I can. Like, I have the knowledge to be able to do it.
First thing you got to do is not be on Ableton.
I use FL Studio.
FL, I'm telling you, bro, FL is that dog. I know I'm on Instagram yesterday, and I'm going through my stories, and somebody said, I took 10 hours to make this beat. Hope y'all enjoy with the emoji. Bro, they start playing it. They show their screen. They're making their beat on Pro Tools. And I'm like, no wonder it took you 10 hours because you're on Pro Tools. I'm like, you're really doing that on Pro Tools? He said, yeah, bro, I've been doing it for a couple months now. What do you think? Nah, it sounded good, though. It did. It sounded really great. But 10 hours.
Nah. This took me 8 hours.
Ableton.
No. Bro.
Pro Tools is worse, though. Pro Tools is even worse.
No, because, bro, 8 hours to make the beat and record it and somewhat mix it. I haven't really finished touching it.
What I'm saying is this. And, I like talking about things like this because we could clip this out for the audio nerds. Or for the people that... You know what I really wonder? Just sidetracking a bit. I really wonder how many people in our town really want to get into music.
like it's hard to say. Like
I wonder.
I can't put a poll up because like not everybody in the town follows me.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a poll and I'm gonna ask.
I mean, you could just.
How many of you guys actually are interested in making music?
It's the thing is, you might be like you always want like it's the thing about like following what you want to do, right? Yeah, you might want to do it, but like what's really motivating you to get there? Cause bro, money is not the first incentive to be making music.
Yeah.
If you want to make money, you don't choose music. You choose other stuff.
You choose the stock market.
You choose the stock market business. So like people that are us that do this is because we generally enjoy it. We like it. And we probably have a second income. So now you gotta go back to DJs to BJs to get your second income.
Yes, sir.
But like most people like don't have the mental strength or even the creativity to be making music, so they can't really do it. So you know, it's cool to be making music. It's just hard.
But you know what? I think the more people you have, the easier and better it gets, and the more chance of success you have. Because think about it like this. Let's say you make music with 20 people in the town, and then you just say, yo, why don't we host an event in my backyard? Yeah. We all just play beats.
You know what I was thinking? We should host an event. Like Cymatics did.
Yeah. Where?
Bro, we got clubs. We got places we could do it. You got La Villa.
All right.
Somewhat. Somewhat. You know, we got a lot of clubs.
I'll let you set that up. I would more so focus on just getting the people together.
Yeah, but we need a place, you know, a place where everybody can
do that anyway. We can do that here.
I'm not bringing everybody to my room. You know, it's comfy, but it's not for 20
it's not
people.
That comfy.
Yeah, and they're going to need food and drinks, and that's why you need
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't. You just need some water.
Whatever. So maybe, like, you know, when we get bigger and, like, be able to, like, get people to actually pay us to go to these events because it's just not free, you know?
Yo, what if you and I become the next, what's his name?
Like a host or, like, Drew and...
Huh?
For Cymatics.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. What if we became them?
I don't know.
That'd be crazy, right? That'd be pretty cool. And then we'd have our events, and then I'd be like, oh, yeah, he uses Ableton. And they're like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, you know, it would be cool. But one day, you know, they've been doing it for a while, too. So, you know, it's consistency, too.
So before I sidetracked and said who and how many people would make music, I think the point I was making before that was, it'll take you longer on Ableton, trust me. FL is a lot faster.
Well, whatever. I'm not trying to make beats. It's just not paying me enough.
I see. I understand.
That's the only. I'm not gonna spend like how much does it take you to make a beat? How long does it take?
Depends on how I feel.
What's like the longest it takes you?
About 20 to 30 minutes to make a 4 to 8 bar loop.
What about arrangement? Like I'm talking about like loop and arrangement because making the beat means arrangement and you know final mix.
I mean honestly, I could make one really fast, but for me, there's like this sense of accomplishment that I have after every track, and that's what I do it for. I could make you a beat in about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll find a loop on Splice, throw some drums behind it, arrange it, do a quick mix, nothing crazy, but I just don't feel satisfied like that.
But like the point of making beats is for you to be satisfied at the end of the product.
Exactly.
Like if you're not satisfied, like you're not really doing your best. You know,
exactly.
You know you can. But
exactly.
all that satisfaction, you know,
proud of what all the beats that I show you. For the most part, I'm proud of those.
But to get to the point where you're satisfied, it takes time, and you gotta be compensated for the time somehow, some way.
It don't take me 8 hours. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine working it like that's a whole day, like whole shift.
For me, it depends.
But 8 hours, like a normal person works 8 hours.
But for me,
so imagine working for 8 hours and not knowing if you're gonna get paid for it. And just to have an artist be like, yo, I'll give you $30 for it.
Or nah, that shit's ass.
That's
even worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard to be incentivized to make beats.
But that's why you got to make the most fire thing ever. You got to train yourself to get fast. No, you know. Yeah. You know when it's fire. And then you just sell it a whole bunch of times. That's it.
It sounds good on paper.
And then you just market.
What's the most you've sold a beat for?
The more I think about it, it really is just knowing how to market yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. It's just, do you know how to draw attention to yourself? Mm-hmm. For example, you do video editing.
Yeah.
You do it pretty well. Now it's just about who knows you. And the way you get people to know you, you know, your work can speak for itself.
Yeah.
But now let's say you want to reach somebody on the other side of the world. Mm-hmm. Well, now you have to figure out, okay, How?
Well,
Networking events, DMing people.
bro, networking events help.
Yeah.
Like Cymatics helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So thing is, I think my work does. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
My work,
eat these all
my
day.
work speaks for itself. In like, bro, the mixed palace. Alright. When I started going to the mixed palace, right, I'm like, yo, you're lacking on your content. It's like, but I got you though, and that's one of the reasons I got the internship.
You showed them the problem. You brought them the solution.
Yeah. So they saw that, yeah, like, you know, we have to be doing this, but like we don't really know how to do it. I'm like, all right, it's not really that hard. And I feel like they were too worried about quality. Like they were like wanted like Netflix type content.
And it's like, no,
I'm
shooting this off my iPhone.
Yeah, like
this is as good as you're gonna get.
no, look, we're still shooting off a Sony camera, but it's like you're so worried about the minute things that you forget. Like you have to be putting out content. You can't be worried too much about, you know. I give them great quality all the time.
And that's my problem. That's why I don't post.
You're like, oh, the lighting is wrong. Like this is little like fly in the wall. I'm like, no.
That's exactly how I'll be thinking.
Yes, and it's like, bro, you worry about the smallest thing that the audience doesn't even care. Like they don't even know nothing about. The audience knows nothing about lighting.
Yeah.
But if it's like horrible, you know, if it's pitch black,
If it's crap, it's crap.
Yeah.
But it just has to be good enough.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing with content, like being consistent too. Is it has to be good enough. Like I don't know if you've seen
Would you say the same thing with music?
What do you mean? Oh, no,
the music
no.
doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good enough.
No, it doesn't have to be like great, but the energy needs to be there.
Okay.
But with being consistent, putting out content or like marketing yourself, like in that type of way, it is. Quantity speaks, but don't be putting out shitty quality too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about the minute things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to them and I started filming video. I'm like, I haven't really done a studio, so how do I like get people to like? How do I like cater to the studio, right? So I'm putting myself in the eyes of an artist. Like, yo, how would I find a studio? Like,
How would I want to look at?
Yeah, basically. So say I'm an artist, right? And I'm looking for a studio. What do I look up? I look up recording studio. Am I the first thing that pops up? That's the first question. I should be the first thing that pops up. The only way you're gonna be the first thing to pop up is that you have a lot of content. You hashtag it recording studio. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. If that's all that Google can find, that's the only thing Google will put. Or recording studio in Hempstead. If every video, if you put 30, 50 videos and Google scours the internet and the only thing that they can find about recording studio in Hempstead, the only thing that comes up is your studio, you'll be the first. And that's, you know, catering to the studio. Another thing was like, okay, what gets artists through the door? Like, why would I want to be here when I could be over there and it's cheaper? Or like, yeah, we have quality, but the artist doesn't see that. Like, he might see a bunch of equipment and associate that with quality, you know. And they do have a bunch of gear. They've been there for 30 years. But another thing artists want, they also want content. Everybody wants content. But other studios aren't providing. All they're doing is you get audio, bro. Audio is hard to sell. By itself
because
hard.
Nowadays, again, the social media thing, it's not just about people
like you
listening.
have beat makers,
people want to see you.
Beat makers putting a screen recording on their phone, you know, as promotion or like
because it's not just audio
or like their session. Like normal persons don't understand that. Like if an average person sees what Pro Tools look like what the fuck, am I in a spaceship or something, you know? So that they had the need to make content. So I'm like, how do I cater this to an artist? Like, hey, if I'm in a studio, I want people to know that I'm in the studio. Artists, every time they go to the studio, like, yo, what's up? You know where I'm at? I'm at the studio. They call their girl. I'm like, yeah, I'm at the studio.
Nah, I know exactly what you're talking
about. I know every artist
feeling great.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, yeah, yo, I've had artists come in. They pick up, hello? Nah, I can't right now. I'm in the studio. And they feel so... You could feel how proud they feel.
I take that emotion, right? Like, what I do is, like, I take that feeling that they get of, like, oh, I'm at the studio. I feel great. Or, like, they know I'm at the studio. Like, you know I'm working on something. But, you know, you can't just show that through audio. Like, a phone call is great. People, you know, your close relatives know that you're at the studio. But put it in a video and put it with the song you just cooked up.
See.
And take it on the hand before you even leave that door. That's what I do for them.
Oh, you give it to them
before they even leave the door, before it's even fully mixed. They already have a video that they can put up.
Perfect. You've always done that though. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Even before so now you're bringing that to the Mix Palace.
Yes.
But I know for a fact because I've seen you do it with JC Flow. How in the session, fire.
So they like, you know, usually the artists will post while they're in the studio, like a little like story on Instagram. So what I'm doing is they walk in, maybe they haven't even walked in yet, the camera's already rolling, them walking into studio.
Yeah.
them getting set up on the microphone, the engineer prepping the session, the engineer recording, them throwing some vocals, and then before that, because generally the engineer is not done mixing by the time they leave, they might have a second day for mixing.
So I do that too.
I'm like, yo, just run the song one time. He's gonna sit in his chair. He's gonna stand up. He's gonna vibe to it. He's gonna sing to it. Just look at the camera, act it out. I record it. Bam, done. If it's on my phone, it's even quicker. If I do it on my camera, I gotta export it, do some other stuff. Engineer sends me a song. I got the video. I put it together. By the time that song is done exporting from the computer,
like you already have that video set.
I already have it. The audio replays. I want full take. And the artist could just chop it up. Like, given the whole thing, he could chop it up the best parts that he likes.
Fire.
He has content, and I make sure that it fits vertically because it's going on social media.
Well, you're quite the man, Carlos.
And that's just how I cater my skills to the facility. And
well, I'm sure the Mix Palace appreciates it,
bro.
And I'm sure the artists appreciate it.
Let's talk numbers now. How were they doing? They were doing around
5 views per video.
500 engage. Like, I look at engagements because people that look at your account.
Wow.
I don't look at views, engagements, just people that see your account.
Okay.
They had like 500 a month. Engagements. I'm like, that's like an average person. That's what an average person probably gets a month. Like, that rarely post, and that was them. I'm like, that's bad. Like, people don't see you. I started posting videos. Another thing I did, Instagram's collaboration feature. Just know when Instagram releases a new feature, they're gonna push it. So
really,
they're gonna push it. They put it on the stories, new feature.
So as long as you participate with their new feature,
they'll push it. Especially for the first one, because like within the first week, they're already looking for people that make content with that feature. So
you're giving sauce right now.
So when Reels came out, right? I heard Kate. I'm like, yo, if you watch out when Instagram puts out a feature, you gotta put a content. Okay.
Would you say the same thing with like filters and things like that?
Yeah. Like all the platforms are gonna try to push it because developing that feature costs them money, so they gotta get their money back. So, with the feature, right? They had just dropped about like 3 weeks before they didn't like it was recent collaboration feature. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. I can be on somebody else's post without being, without like having to like just tag them. So what I did is artists have followers, thousands. People see them, 5,000, 6,000. Imagine I do with it like a really good week. I do two a week. That comes out to be like 8 artists. 8 artists by say average 3,000 followers each artist. So you're looking at good numbers of how many followers they got. All right. For each of those, you do a small video. Don't give it. What I do, I don't give it to them like too quickly. I post it first. I'm like, yo, can I like tag you, collaborate you? And he's like, yeah. Post a small clip. I make sure he collaborates it before I even send it to him, before he leaves the studio. And the first video that's up there of him is the recording session. The artist is like, oh, this is fire. He posts it. His friends post it.
And now there's more attention coming to the studio because they're collaborating. Now, since it's a collaboration
post, their views translate to the accounts to the Mix Palace. And also the Mix Palace account translates. You just add it up.
That's pretty fire.
So I've learned to use the feature even in the interviews. Instagram slowly growing, my personal one, and when I collaborate, when I give free sessions, I'm like, yo, the only thing I'm getting out of this is this collaboration option. Yeah. So you gotta accept my collaboration. That's the only thing I'm asking for.
Basically, just give me clout.
Just give me clout.
Yeah.
So the Mix Palace went from 500 to 6,000 a month.
Because of
engagements. I'll show you right now. Real numbers.
Let's see. And let's wrap this up because But this is good. I like what you just told me. Thank you for that. Thank you for enlightening me and the rest of the viewers.
6.4 accounts reach. I only care about the accounts that reach.
Wow.
You can even look back at the months that I wasn't even there. Look how low. See those big bumps? That's me.
Guys, he's doing great. He's really doing his thing.
And yeah, it's just
amazing.
Being fast, not worrying too much about, obviously some quality control.
Quality matters, right? But it just has to be good enough.
It has to be good enough for, the artist to like it and his people to like it.
Gotcha.
That's my tip on just content creation as a whole.
Well, I'd like to wrap it up there because I'm gonna cut this part out, and I hope you do. I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh my, yeah, every episode, this guy does it.
Every single episode.
I haven't done a single episode with Jason's like, yo, we gotta
where
wrap it up.
I hadn't had to use the bathroom. But with that being said, thank you, Carlos, for enlightening us. Yeah. Thank you for having me here, and
Well,
KP Studios.
Interviews, you know, in KP Records though. No, not the original. Well, KP Records, my studio, my room.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we're doing different things now.
Yeah.
With interviews.
The idea, and for everybody listening, and I like how you mentioned this to me. The kind of transition we want to make is being in different spaces.
Yeah.
So you've talked about just interviewing people in Central Park, interviewing people on Wall Street, and you know what? I think that can be very great. Yo, we could talk to a billionaire.
Yeah.
And then,
so, you know, interviews, it's like we really had to get a side idea what it was. Our first idea was, you know, interviewing artists, creators, and now we want to make it about the spaces that we're in.
Yeah.
So we could really have the opportunity to not only see different spaces, but like meet different people from like.
Because the environment definitely affects the vibe.
And I've noticed because when I went to different spaces, it really affected the way we did our things.
But let's be honest, somebody on Wall Street, you think they have the time to just sit down and have a 20-minute?
We're gonna go during the lunch break or like after, you know.
We'll see how we make.
Or maybe this guy just got fired and he's walking out of Wall Street. He definitely has the time in the world.
Yeah.
But we're making this box, right? We're just gonna talk about the future setup. I'm working on this. This is part of it.
This amazing box right here.
So
this
is
amazing.
this is what you would normally put a DJ mixer in.
Yep.
So it's fitted to that. But I saw this YouTube video of these amazing guys with like crazy ideas who made a box just for podcasting. And I'm like, I can do the same thing. Like, all I need is some tools, you know, buy the equipment. This box costs $150. So we're gonna put in. We got HB Half working on the logo. We're gonna put it around here somewhere to censor.
Yeah. That logo, yo, I have a feeling it's gonna be fire.
So yeah,
I already like the idea. Yeah, it's gonna be fire.
The logo's changing. You know, the way we're gonna be located is like basically anywhere you want.
Basically rebranding.
Yeah. And you know, brand new logo, different concepts. We're gonna be meeting whole different people.
Brand new guest.
So yeah, like
merchandise on the way.
Merchandise. I'm working on it. It's just I'm really working on like everything I want.
Yeah.
So
I'm not working on shit.
Jason. You know, I include him creatively, but like he ain't helping.
He not really doing shit. He just does the audio. If you need help, just let me know.
Nah, it's just like, all right, it's good, don't worry.
All right.
But yeah, this has been another episode of Interviews with Carlos Production
and Jay Bustillo. This was a great I like this episode. This was a
good episode. Nothing, you know, too crazy. It's not really like one of our normal ones.
Yeah.
And be honest, we gotta get back to just talking about normal stuff, you know.
This was normal.
That's what I'm saying. Like back to normal conversations. Yeah. Like
so we can do that.
Topic. Yeah.
Next time we at Jay Boosty Studios.
Yeah. Next time we're gonna be at Jay Boosty Studios. Yeah, we should.
Exactly.
That's the next one. Yeah, like so. This is like my workspace, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of like dumbed it down.
Show the world how we living.
Nice projector. 2 monitors.
Got the turkeys right there.
The speakers are at the bottom because like I took my stance to the mix balance, but you know, just simplified. I don't need a lot.
Did you not see that they were we'll talk about that after.
All right. Yeah. Well, this has been another episode of Interviews. I'm Carlos Production,
and I'm Jay Bustillo.
Till next time, guys.
Peace. Love you. Happy Thanksgiving.